Let's get it. I know some of you are thinking, James, you're crazy. There's no way in the world the Brown family, especially Robin Brown, can teach me how to get a job, maintain a job, get a raise, or secure a promotion at my job. I want to go through some points that I thought were very interesting and very telling about their presentation to the venture capitalists in season 7, where they were trying to secure investment funds for My Sister Wives Closet. How they failed, why they failed, and how their failure can teach us how we can actually get jobs, secure jobs, maintain jobs, and or get raises or promotions at our current job or jobs that we would like to get. Now, before we get started, I would ask that if you're enjoying my content, you consider giving me a thumbs up on the video. It really helps me out. Also, you know what really helps a brother out? If you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give me that HBO special. That stands for HBO Help a Brother Out Special. Click the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications when I upload new videos. Ta-da, you done did it. Now back to the show. Now when I'm talking about them using these particular techniques and simple questions that you might ask yourself in order for you to get what you want out of your employment, your career, or things that you're trying to do. The first thing is, if you're going to somebody and you're asking them for investment, you're asking them for a job, you're asking them for a promotion, you're asking them for a raise, you have to answer one specific question. Not just why, the nebulous, why should they give me the extra money? The question that you want to ask is, what problem do they have and how do I solve that problem? See, that's what every job is. Every position, every promotion, even raises are based on the very simple concept that the person whom you're asking these things from have a problem and you can provide the solution to an issue that they face. If they have, they want to make more widgets or whatever their job thing is, they want to make more of that thing and they can't do it with the current workforce that they have. You as a new hire may come into their company or their business and help them produce more widgets, which solves their problem. So because you're solving that problem, you get the job. Now, the harder the job is, the fewer people that can do it, the more laborious the job is, the higher the skill level of the job or the task may be, it will require a specialized person to do it. Then that person who has that specialized skill, that information, that knowledge, or that availability to be able to solve that problem can demand a higher wage. That person can demand a promotion or to be responsible over certain things. You can take on certain levels of responsibility, which also solves a problem for your person that you're working for. They're not just going to give you a promotion or a raise because they like you. They give you that promotion or that raise because you're solving a problem for them, or they can't find anybody else to solve that problem for them. When it comes to the Brown family and their presentation to the venture capitalists and what we can learn from them, I think it can be pointed out in Cody's closing argument to the venture capitalists as to why they should invest in the Sister Wives Closet and what he says to them, or more importantly, what he didn't say. Let's take a look.
We're asking you for $2.5 million in investment capital to bring this about.
What's that now?
In return, we're offering you 20% in our business to become partners on this project and help us actually bring it to the marketplace and see us grow. And our desire essentially is to take what we've done here so far and create it into an empire. Something that allows us to connect with the masses.
An empire. The empire. We could bring forth the sister wife empire. What I didn't hear in that presentation was what the investors were going to get out of this deal. What I heard Cody say was this money, the $2.5 million, which stop right there. Cody, you're asking these people for $2.5 million? most of the time, if there wasn't TV cameras there, this show wasn't going to air on TLC and have like 15 million people watch it, apparently, these people would have said, whoa, 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 look here, Captain Booger Sugar. There's no way in the world I'm giving you $2.5 million. That's not even happened. What did you do before you came in? What were you drinking before you showed up here? Are you insane? Like, what are you, crazy? Like, what are you sitting there eating paint chip parfaits before you come in here and do these meetings? Are you nuts? There's no way they're going to give you $2.5 million, especially for something that's not proven, and especially for something where you're not solving their problem. Now, you can say, well, James, they offered 20%. 20% of what? That doesn't solve their problem. That money isn't, there's no way that they can guarantee that money. The Sister Wives name isn't even owned by the Brown family. It's owned by TLC. Their likenesses are owned by, in perpetuity, all throughout the known and unknown universe by TLC. So it's not like if the investment bankers gave them $2.5 million and decided they wanted to take over their business, the only thing they would get is the ugly ass jewelry designs, which they can't sell anyway because the Sister Wives can't even sell that junk. So there's no upside for the investment banker to be able to give them that money, which also kind of tail ends to another small point. The Sister Wives would actually have to be very careful because even though the investment bankers were only entitled to 20% initially from that investment, if they were not able to hit certain numbers because of per the agreement for them to get that initial investment, if they actually had a viable business and there was money that could be made there, then a company like these venture capitalists could come in, give you the $2.5 million. And trust me, if somebody gives you $2.5 million, your business is worth at least $15 million, at least. And in most cases, it'll be worth like somewhere in the neighborhood of $50 million. They're giving you $2.5 million, and you don't have any infrastructure. You don't have any sales performance, which indicates that you have the even remote possibility that you're going to be able to give them $2.5 million back on their initial investment. Forget profit. And that's what these investment bankers really want to hear. Because again, as we start talking about what are they going to get out of it and why they would hire them or give them this money or give them a raise or a promotion or keep them on for the job or give them $2.5 million, what the investment bankers actually want to hear is that I can take your $2.5 million and I can turn it into $20 million and I can give that back to you. That's something that you can get. Because there's a lot of folks who will show up to jobs and they'll go to these job interviews and they're looking at the job or whatever it is. And they'll say, if I can get this job, if I can secure this job, it's going to change my life. My life is going to be so amazing. They're talking about they're going to pay me $75,000, $100,000, $150,000, $200,000. That's going to change my life. This is life-changing money. But for the people who are being hired, you can tell them all kinds of stories about how it's going to change your life, but what they really want to hear is, what am I getting for my money? What am I getting out of the deal? I'm going to give you $2.5 million. What am I getting back? Oh, you get to help me build an empire. You get to create, help me reach more of my fan base. What does that have to do with me? There's years ago when I worked for a corporation, there was a gentleman who had kind of a hard life. We found out about it much later while we were working there. We were all working together. And it was a large company, a large corporation, a lot of money floating around. And this gentleman worked in our IT department. At one point he was homeless and he kind of worked his way through school and he went through all these adversities and eventually he became like a jazz musician and he was like, getting some recognition and they were about to make a movie about him and all this. And so we thought, a group of us got together, like, it would be a really good idea if we presented this to the company and the company could celebrate him as well. And maybe they could throw him some money and da-da-da-da. We thought we were doing a good thing. And we got some of the business guys involved. And one of the things that one of the senior business guys had mentioned to us when we brought him to the meeting was the company, although it sounds like a great thing and it sounds like it'll be awesome and it sounds like it'll be the right thing to do, ultimately the company will never go forward with it because there's no business reason as to why they would do it. And when you're talking about a company or a business investing in you or giving you some kind of asset, some kind of funding, some kind of investment, there has to be a business reason for them to do it. They can't do it because they like you, and they can't do it because it'll be the right thing to do and it'll be fun, or they'll get some recognition. The recognition that they would have to translate into dollars and cents on their bottom line if they're going to put any money behind it. And that's where the Brown family fell off and they made their big mistake. When you're going to your boss and you're asking your boss for that raise, you have to show them that the benefit of you working there, how you're making them money or how you're saving them money, how you're saving them time. These are things that you can negotiate in order for you to get your job, keep your job, get promoted, or get a raise. Now let's take a listen to what their friend had to say when he was sitting there after they did their presentation and they were going back and forth. This is what their friend had to say to them with regard to this $2.5 million investment that the Brown family is asking for.
$2.5 million, that's quite a bit of money. And we want to make sure if we put it out there, we have the machine that's built and ready to go. And the people who are running this machine are able to make sure we get our investment back. So
we're just as invested, if not like 100% more, because we have our family. This is what we are supporting our family. We are hungry for this. This will happen. And
that's the whole point. No, you're not 100% as invested as the investment bankers are, because you're not putting in $2.5 million. You're not saying, hey guys, give me $2.5 million and I'm gonna sit it right next to my $2.5 million and we can go into business together. What you're saying to them is, I need you to not only provide all the funding, but your funding will actually help me to build and grow my business to the point where I can actually start making money in my business. That's not them being a partner with you. That's them doing it for you. I need you guys to give us guidance on how we can grow the business. That's not you solving their problems. That's them solving your problems. And the problem that you would have in this particular situation or scenario is that no business is trying to solve your problem. They're trying to solve their problem. There has to be a business reason as to why they would want to give you this money, give you this opportunity. You have to show that. That's what you're going in there demonstrating to people when you're asking them for money, you're asking them for opportunities, you're asking them to keep and maintain your job, you're asking them for raises, you're asking them for promotions. You're not asking them to help you with your life and improve your life and in your situation. You're asking them to give you the opportunity to solve their problem, to help them with their issues, to help them with the things that they want to accomplish. So a good way to go about, getting a job is that you want to find out what the job needs. Listen to the people when they're talking to you, what they're saying. Don't just go through your script on what this job would mean to you and how hard you're going to work. What you want to really listen to when you're in these job interviews or you're even putting in applications, you want to find out if you can ask questions. That's a great way to do it. When you're about to turn that resume in or you're talking to the HR person, try to get in a little light conversation about what the job entails, what they're looking for, what are the roles, what are the people in the job trying to figure out, what are they trying to get done. What is the motto of the company? What is the company trying to accomplish? And then hit those key words, hit those key phrases. Show them that you've done research not only on how much money you're going to make and how you can position yourself within the company, but you also want to show them that you're all in with making the company successful. Because at the end of the day, that's what's important to the people who are going to hire you, or the people who are going to keep you on your job. A lot of times when people lose jobs, you can lose a job because of what they call redundancies. A redundancy is, I have somebody who's already doing this, a job. The problem is, I have 3 people who are doing the same job. I only need 1. 2 of those people are going to lose their jobs. So what I need from one of those three people is for them not just to demonstrate to me that they're necessarily good at this job and solving this one problem, but if you can solve 2 or 3 more problems that I have, or maybe issues or problems that I didn't even think about or consider or know I had, then you're definitely going to not only keep that job, but I might slide you a little bit of money because now you're helping me to solve additional problems. And that's all it comes down to. That's my take. I'm James. This has been my take on reality, and I'm out. 'Cause I've been living